wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That is Dalethea. I am Travis. It is Friday. I thought it was Monday all day today.
Oh, God.
But anyways, it is time for Smack 'em down.
Smackdown with a whiny little biatch out there. Whiny little biatch.
Smacking him up. Knocking him down.
That's insane. It hasn't really started yet on our end. But it could at some point. Look.
Yeah, it looks
like a penis.
Looks like a dick. The lava dick.
I love a penis.
Got a lava dick.
Anyways, I was just watching the update on that volcano over there in the Canary Islands. The La Palma volcano that has been erupting for 34 days straight now. Just thought I'd take a look at it real quick. But we do have people in our chat.
Javier.
Yeah. Indar is in our chat. Hello, we have Javier out there. Hey, Javier, haven't seen you for a while. It's great to see you back. Sophie is out there, and Thomas is there. Walter's with us tonight. Yeah, everybody.
Oh, it is time for the Smack.
Oh, Sophie's letting us. They already announced that the women's champions will swap the championship.
Yes, I did see that. Yes. They are going to do a swap-a-rooney.
Let's
see if anything plays off of that.
Right? Sophie's like, why you guys are on early before Smackdown? That's rare. I know, right? Oh, please point it out some more. Thomas is like, hey guys, what's up? Brandon J is in the chat. Hey, Brandon. What's up? He thinks he's here, but he's not really sure. Aaron's out there. Hey, Aaron. And Thomas is like, thoughts on last night?
Fantastic show.
Thoughts on yesterday?
It was a fantastic show. We had like 25,000 views. It got a little busy up in here.
Up in here. Up in here. Up in here.
She literally read comments for over an hour and 15 minutes after the show was over.
I am that good.
And we still left with like 90 some odd people in the chat.
Yes. But we did go over the match card and stuff that happened, which we can do, which they're kind of showing some Crown Jewel stuff.
Right,
you guys
now
did see the pay-per-view for Crown Jewel yesterday. They had a pre-show match of the Usos versus Cedric Alexander and Benjamin Shelton, and the Usos won that. It was not for titles, but it was in there.
Yes, Benjamin Shelton.
Yes, Benjamin Shelton.
Benjamin
Shelton. Anyway, so the number one match that happened was Hell in a Cell match between Edge and Seth Rollins. Edge did win that one, so there you go. The number two match yesterday was Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali, and Mansoor won. Number three match was Raw Tag Team Championship, the RK Bros, who is Randy Orton Riddle, versus AJ Styles and Amos. And the RK Bros retained and won their title back, or kept it, or whatever you want to call it. Then they had the Queen's Crown matchup. That was between Zelina versus Doudrop. And, of course, guess who won? Zelina! Zelina won. So Zelina did win that. Then they had Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley. This was a no-holds-barred with an added falls count anywhere stipulation on it. Goldberg did win that. But I guess Travis said that after they stopped airing the actual pay-per-view, Brock was still out there, and the crowd went cray-cray for him, cheered him, and he literally got the crowd involved and ate it all up as he should.
Yes. The Beast.
The sixth match of the night of the day yesterday, or the pay-per-view, was the King of the Ring finals match. That was between Finn Balor and Xavier Woods, and Xavier Woods won that one. The WWE Championship match was next. That was between Big E versus Drew McIntyre, and Big E retained his title. SmackDown Women's Championship, the triple threat between Becky versus Sasha versus Bianca. Becky won that by pinning Sasha Banks with a little bit of a help with the cheating of holding on to the ropes.
The bottom rope, yes.
And the last match of the night, of course, was the WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Okay, so they made this into a no disqualification match. So that just meant that, they could do whatever they wanted. Oh, looks like we're from Wichita, Kansas. And Roman Reigns won, of course, the title.
Let's start it out with the big dog.
And, of course, he's coming out to show you why and how he won it.
That's what happens when you're the best in the business. You start the show, you end the show.
Alita is in the chat. Hey, Alita, how's it going? Missed you yesterday. Thomas says I didn't watch it as I won't support Saudi Arabia. Okay. All right, makes sense. Sophie says Top Dollar from Hit Row is scheduled to be a single star on SmackDown. Sweet.
There you go.
Javier says, I was at school when the pay-per-view started. Yes, that's what a lot of people unfortunately happened with. Sophie says, do you think that with the King of the Ring win that it could set up Xavier Woods to turn on Kofi?
Possibly. Could definitely be a heel turn opportunity. We are going to get a culmination later tonight. We're going to see some women change their belts. But first, we got to start with the Bloodline.
Yes, this guy. He won and stuff. Alita's like, yes, I forgot. And Karina Collins is in the chat saying, hey, I was crying because I missed Crown Jewel. I was at school.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of people, school or work. You know, not everybody can just skip out and
Play hooky
and go home. Parents usually get upset and whatnot.
We play
Javier
hooky.
says, I was glad when Woods won. Yeah, a lot of people are really happy about it.
Yes, Woods is your king.
I am not one of them.
But we're not starting out with the king. We're starting out with the tribal chief.
The tribal chief, who's better than a king, supposedly.
Way better.
I guess. Sure. And by the way, everybody, you know how we did watch all the drafts take place? That actually starts as of tonight.
Today we get our new rosters.
The new rosters
Although Becky's going to be on tonight.
In place. And the only reason why she'll be there is because she will be switching her belts, right? Because she's still the champion.
It was fantastic atmosphere.
Something's like people were upset that they are going to swap the championship instead of doing some type of unification match for the women's championship at Survivor Series.
No titles will be on the line. But it will be champion versus champion.
Dumb.
And that's what they're going to start building to.
When Brock was leaving Saudi Arabia, Brock was quoted saying, the moment I arrive at Smackdown, I will beat Roman Reigns senseless.
Yes. Now, is that going to be tonight or is that going to be 2 months from now?
Right? When he arrives, he might be in Saudi Arabia still. They might have kept him. But like, we really love you. Chris says, Chris is in the chat, but he says, my boy Booker T just came on the Astros game to cheer them on. Go Astros.
Yeah, the next mayor of Houston right there.
Sophie says, did you hear what Booker T said about AEW? Nope. Alita says, I will watch the replay.
Tell us what he said.
I'm sure it was amazing.
And you can quote him.
You can quote him because he said it. He's like, I got a Band-Aid on my elbow. It looks really weird.
You got to get a Band-Aid on your elbow.
He has a Band-Aid on
You know, they used to wear like a Band-Aid on their face. Remember that? The little hip-hop thing back in the 90s?
I don't. Sophie says everyone who was at Saudi Arabia went on their own private jet. All right, we're going to hear from Roman Reigns and Megara, who's out in the stupid hallway having a meltdown for some reason. That's not going to make it any better.
Oh, that's a...
Has it worked before?
No, I was just trying to find something, anything to make a quick, snappy, clicky noise.
Let's see, David Robert Woods in the chat saying it's going to be a good show.
It should be a great show tonight.
Great show, right?
It is the season premiere, basically, of Smackdown.
Yes. With their new roster is in place, so that is happening. So while Roman is talking here, and we don't have a lot of people in the chat yet, or if we do later, I'm going to get up for a second. Beat a dog. Beat her! What is your deal? Why are you doing? Why are you being weird? What?
All right, Paul Heyman in there with the Roman Reigns. He's trying to show Paul Heyman how to give titles to champions instead of just throwing it in the middle of two men, placating, like he did last night. Paul Heyman placated last night. He threw the title directly in between Brock and Roman. You're not great at your job. Roman is great at his job. You're getting some boos there. Roman talking about carrying the whole WWE. The head of the table.
You done with your weirdness? Here. Want this?
He's top 5 Universal Champion of all time. No, just kidding. He's got to be top 2.
No? Okay. I want to hear you whining.
The reason is because he's smashing everybody. It looks like Ravi's in there. I don't know where you left off with the reading.
David Robert Wood. The last one in there. Or the last one that I read.
Going to be a good show. Alita Kelly says, I saw a lot of people with money in Saudi Arabia. Probably quite a bit of people with money. Woo! Sophie D says, the women's champion swap is kind of a lame, and they did that last year with the men's tag team championships, and people were upset about that, for whatever reason. Yeah, why would you be upset? They're just changing colors of belts. I mean, in reality, all they'd have to do is do it without us knowing. Anyways, Paul Heyman's doing something on his phone. I didn't hear it. Brock Lesnar said...
What did he say?
He says, the moment I arrive at Smackdown, I will beat Roman Reigns senseless.
Right. Let's tell me where you're at and I'll do it.
Floor seats. Yo, from Robbie.
How Robbie said, yo, welcome to the chat, Robbie. Good to see you back today. Jacob says, is SmackDown on TV? Yes, it's on Fox Station.
It will be on Fox.
Why would he do that? He just flipped his... Did you turn it down? So I didn't hear myself? Okay. Alita says floor seats room. David Roberts says, can we see Drew all Jeff Hardy interrupt with Roman? You want to see?
You want to go Jeff
Drew
Hardy
or
first?
Jeff Hardy have an interruption with Roman? Yeah, I could see that.
Roman ain't scared of anybody.
Rob is like, Heyman is going to screw Roman soon. Alita says most have to save a year to go.
Listen to that crowd. Do you want to see Brock Lesnar tonight? The crowd just went nuts.
As Alita says, I saw a lot of people with money in Saudi. Yes. Robbie says Stone Cold was a better champ. He defended the title way more on TV.
Wichita bad about it.
Sophie says, it sounds like Dynamite will be on a different time in different time zones.
Yes.
P. Cola's in the chat. Hey, P. Cola says smashing people since 1995.
Getting the smash on. Roman just going to stay out in the ring?
Ooh.
Who's coming out first?
Beat senseless.
Anybody going to come out?
Piccolo's like, so where's my title shot? Go to Wichita, Kansas real quick, Piccolo, and get it.
You got to go get it. We're going to have tornadoes ripping through that area Monday or Tuesday.
Ooh, how exciting. That person had a sign that said, I can beat up Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman's not going to leave the ring until Brock comes out there.
The other side of their thing out there says, am I on TV?
Yes.
Yes, you are on TV, whoever you are. Icon's in the chat. Hey, Icon, and we've got a commercial. Icon says Roman sounds so sus every time he says smash. Sus, he's a suspect. David Roberts says, I'm saying Drew because why Brock Lesnar?
Why Brock?
Why the Brockster?
Oh.
Why the Brockmeister? Why him? Of all the people.
Just say, like, ballpark. She tells him an exact time. About 2:15.
Should have left him earlier. All right, here is a trivia question for you. Have all the songs in John Cena's career been rap songs, true or false?
You got a 50-50 chance of getting this one right.
Sophie says, Dynamite being on at 10 p.m. on Wednesday night in certain time zones, that could help them lose viewers.
Well, absolutely it would.
Piccolo says, do you have trivia for tonight? I do.
Why
I
are you
just said
saying
it.
that they're planning on doing that?
That's what Sophie's saying. Sophie said, it sounds like Dynamite will be on a different time, in different time zones. So they're going to try to pull the whole Smackdown crap, Fox crap with Smackdown. That's going to be dumb on their part if they do. And the only way they
obviously
can do
they'll do it like they do on there, so it would start at 6 o'clock across the country.
Right.
So no matter what time zone you're in, it'll be 6 o'clock.
Right. But they already do that.
No, they don't.
Dynamite doesn't?
No. They start at 8 on the East Coast, 6 where we're at, 7 in the Central, and 5 Pacific.
Oh, they do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they start at the same time. It's just one time. They go live. They're live at 8.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But if they go live at 8, or live at 6, that'd be 4 our time. And it would be 3 Western over there, Pacific time zone. If they decide to do that. But then they would just do 6, 6, 6, 6 all the way across the board. Not the wisest thing to do.
No, it's not.
Especially everybody on the East Coast is used to everything starting at 8.
Yeah. Robbie says Roman can't have a clean fight, needs his 2 stooges to help him.
Some goons.
Stooges, yeah. Roberto's in the chat. Hey, Roberto says, hello, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Alita says Roman is full man, no sus. He's not a suspect? I think he's suspect. Sophie says the AEW TBS Championship tournaments start tomorrow night, and they say it is only 12 people.
Are we talking about for the dudes or for the women's thing? Because I know that women's thing is coming up, but I don't know when it's supposed to happen. But I did take a screenshot of the...
Sophie says, in certain time zones, Dynamite will be at 10 p.m. on Wednesday night, and then Picola had to make it a horrible math problem. If Train A was heading to Seattle at 10 Pacific time... the worst math problems ever!
So the AEW World Title Tournament that I have seen is the Dark Order number 10 versus Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs on one side of the bracket. The other side is Dustin Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, and then Lance Archer, Eddie Kingston. That's everybody. So that's not even 12.
The answer to that trivia question was true. That all of his songs in John Cena's career have been rap songs. Good deal.
Brock's terrified, it sounds like.
David Robert says Roman face Drew or Jeff Hardy, not Brock Lesnar. Not Brock Lesnar. Sorry. Wow. Reading is not my skill today. I did enough
She
of
read
it
quite
yesterday.
a bit last night. Vin, you should have been here. It was fantastic yesterday.
Sophie says...
we had 25,000 people in here.
Sophie says for the women's tournament. Vindicator says Wrestling Gap. Hello. Hey, Vindicator says, what's happening? I didn't come in at a bad time, did I? Unless you want to do math.
Yeah, Ravi's doing math problems.
No, that was Picola.
Picola
was throwing out math problems. Rude. Ravi says, so D, your boy Woods won then? Hey, my boy.
We want Lesnar.
I don't even want anything to do with
We
him.
want Lesnar.
Picola says, how dare you make me do math on my free time? Yeah, exactly. And especially those kind of maths. Maths is the devil. Just kidding. Vindicator says, seems like a crybaby is arguing with a partially bald walrus-like individual.
So Roman's just going to hang out in the ring all night, by the way, guys. So we're not going to get any wrestling. Nothing's going to happen tonight.
We've been at this for 20 minutes already, and I'm already bored with him and everything he does.
Hasn't even happened yet.
Well, that's the boring part. Nothing's happening. It's 20 minutes, and we're still nothing
There's his
happening.
music!
Took forever. God. David's like, Brock is here now. Yes, Brock is there now.
And that is Brock.
Terrible rap songs at that. Right? Terrible. Just terrible. Sophie says King Xavier will be his name moving forward. Yeah, no, I'm never calling him that.
All right. Brock
retracted.
Lesnar is there live.
Robbie's like, I can't count. Yeah, right.
So a lot of people thought Brock was just done for a while. But maybe he ain't.
Yes, I should have, Travis, but I just couldn't put off making a little extra moolah at the workplace. Making it rain, baby. I just
gotta get that stripper
money.
Gotta get that stripper money.
Sophie says, Talking Smack will be on FS1 after SmackDown next week. Cool. Pickle says 25,000 in metric or American.
Right.
Pretty sure it's American. They're like, well, we don't want you to look like a doofus here in America. In Saudi Arabia, it's cool, but not here. I was like, why does Roman waste so much time on the show? Because he thinks he can talk, and it's really pathetic.
Brock is beating his butt right now.
He's like, have some steps. He's like, that's not what my Fitbit meant. When your Fitbit says
Brock
you need to
right
get more
Paul?
steps, it doesn't mean that you throw yourself into metal stairs. Just
look at poor Paul Heyman. We all know, how is Paul Heyman going to play into this
I don't
feud?
know.
Oh, right off his face.
Brock's like, okay, make sure he's ready. He's like, I see him out of my peripheral vision.
Get those Usos down here. I want to see a handicap match, him against the Usos tonight in a cage.
Sophie says, I'm guessing they don't have that many people on the roster tonight. That's why they were opening with a 20-minute segment.
Oh, they got everybody.
They have to have everybody back. Roman's back. Brock's back. I mean, come on. They were there. Michael Cole's even there. He didn't get lost in Saudi Arabia.
And I don't know if they chartered their own private jets. Because last year, a few of those wrestlers did have their own private jets. And they made it back. There's the Usos. They're going to get their ass handed to them.
As they should.
Look how big
like,
that
okay.
man is.
He's like, I gotta grab him, but it's hard because his shirt's not working for me.
Brock beat some ass.
He's like, I will beat you both, you little brats. Get over there in the corner where you belong.
Beating them like redheaded stepchildren. Brock going 3-on-1. Oh! Roman's back just got realigned.
He's like, I did not get to be this excited because I couldn't go to Saudi Arabia.
He is stand up. That's what I want to do. I should just stand up.
Just stand up.
I was doing it last night.
Do it. Just don't hurt yourself.
I just have that thing on there so it looked goofy. Oh, cameraman goes down. Ooh. He's going to beat Roman with the camera.
Oh, that poor camera.
Oh, don't worry. It's only about $100,000. Oh, Roman ducked.
He got out of the way just in time. Oh, he's like, I don't like you. You're a ref. Get the hell out of my way.
Referees need to fall right.
You're a whatever.
That's Postman Pierce.
That wasn't Postman Pierce.
Oh, was it not?
That was just one of the other
Jamie
guys.
Noble?
Maybe.
The little one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Postman.
Oh, Postman
Getting
Pierce
the
bringing the
wrestlers
water.
out there. He's like, okay,
hey, here comes all the guys that were performing in Saudi Arabia.
That weren't performing in Saudi Arabia. Let's see, you had Reggie and Angel and Humberto.
Look at Rick Boogs.
Boogs is like, come on, you need to calm down, sir. You need to calm down.
The bloodline just limped away, licking its wounds.
It's like, yeah, he hurt me. He hurt
Running around
me.
like scalded dogs. Speaking of big dogs.
Stuff.
He's got the belt on him.
He does. He stole it. He's like, yay! Yay!
I think the crowd's okay with that. Smackdown just went from 0 to 100 in 1 second.
Let's see. Piccolo said because he's the head sloth of the table, right? David's like F5 in the table. Well, I was like, Brock just use the F5 on the keyboard and have done with it. David says, this is awesome. And Piccolo says, he's so lumberjacked. Robbie said, LOL, haha, do you hoping Cole would have got lost? Right?
Now what's going to happen in the back? You know, Roman's going to be all sorts of
He's going to
upset.
be so mad. He's going to hit everybody.
He doesn't even have his title.
He's just going to be like, at everybody. Vindicator says, I think one of Michael Cole's favorite words is systematic. Like his systemic butt kissing to Vinny K. McBossman to keep his seat at the announce table for the last 20 years or whatever.
His head of the table.
Sophie says, do they know SmackDown is 2 hours tonight so they can't waste that much time? No, Sophie, I
yeah, but it got exciting. It was worth the wait, right?
I don't think they know anything. I think they're there and they
20
just...
minutes. You said it's been 20 minutes. That's only 24. That didn't all last 4 minutes.
It did. It was 6:18, right? Basically, when Brock came out.
Okay.
Basically, he was up there yakking and came out for 20 minutes, and that's counting commercial time, yes. But yeah, they started and they had the whole recap crap. He came out and he's talked for 15 minutes or more, and it's like, what the fuck? All right, here's a trivia question. At Judgment Day 2008. Triple H and Randy Orton battled in what stage?
Rap battle.
What stage?
It was a rap battle.
What did they battle at?
It's a DJ booth.
Battle.
Because of the rap battle.
Sophie says, do they know? Oh, I read that. David says, Brock choke Adam P. Brock's on fire. Robbie says, D, is that camera better than your camera? Probably.
A little bit more. It probably costs right around $9,800 more than the camera that we use.
Pickle says, what are the refs even doing? Please, please, no more Brock. Claude. Vindicator says, by the way, why does WWE hire and pay security staff if they will just send wrestlers to try to bring peace? It's such a waste of money that could be used to hire some sensible storyline writers.
Right. The security is actually to keep the fans out of
Robbie
the
says,
ring.
ST doing madness. Lord have mercy. Ha. Well, Walter's like, good start of Smackdown. And Piccolo says, a pie eating contest? Question mark.
Otis and Dewdrop.
Unless that's what you think that the whole answer to the trivia question was, which that's a pretty funny answer.
A pie stand. We're going to get a culmination of the king tonight.
Ugh.
Xavier Woods is your new king.
A coronation.
It's a culmination.
Culmination.
It's a culmination of a coronation. You could say culmination.
Yeah. That.
Culmination. It reminds me of American Pie. Every time I hear that word, I think of American Pie.
Culmination.
Look at Pat McAfee. He's like, a crew of 70.
That guy's like, hey, I'm in there. He's like, hey, camera. That's too funny.
He did it. Brock did what he said. Although he is tweeting. That's kind of weird. Look at this. Right off his forehead.
The answer to that trivia question was a steel cage match. Steel cage match.
Oh, it's a steel cage match.
Well, Film Nations in the chat. Hey, Film. Walter says Becky and Flair changed their titles. Yes.
I feel like there's going to be more to it than that, guys. They're going to be leading up to Survivor Series. There's going to be a lot of beef going on.
Yeah, beef. It's
Lots of beef.
For dinner. Sophie says, I think tonight it won't be that much wrestling from all the people that performed yesterday. Film says, yo, what up, Wrestling Gab? I love the thumbnail and the live stream. It looks sweet.
Well, thank you.
Walter says, good fight. Lesnar.
It's kind of my generic thumbnail because I sent my computer in to the shop today. I'm going to get it back tomorrow. It's going to be running better than ever. Better than new, they say.
Robbie says Woods is the coronation chicken king. Ha ha ha, right? Beagle says, I remember one time Brock F5'd Michael Cole.
Yeah, he's pretty much F5'd everybody.
Vindicator says Wood and Vega will both be forgettable posers as wannabe monarchs. Corbin legacy will remain intact.
Oh,
that's hilarious since
king.
all of you made fun of him and hated him the whole time.
Oh, he's going to suspend him. That's perfect. All right, Postman.
Whatever,
Suspend him.
Adam.
He did hurt a referee, I think. That referee landed on his shoulder. Let's see if he's actually really hurt, though.
It can't
Suspend
happen.
him.
Just can't happen.
Suspend him!
Delete! Delete! You just made the list! Therefore,
Brock
what?
is suspended! We already know this is going to happen. Indefinitely.
Boo! Boo! The
Now
crowd
Sonia will
hates you.
come out and be like, it's fine, you can wrestle.
Somebody throw
Remember
a
she did
soda
that?
at him.
Remember when she did that last time?
Yeah.
She's like,
To
you're
Charlotte.
fine. Yeah.
They suspended Charlotte for her actions.
Oh, shit!
Dude, are you sure you want to suspend
You better do it face to face.
There he is!
Postman Pierce is a big dude, though.
I think you need to tell that to my face.
He's like, I can't hear you.
What'd you say? My cauliflower ear is getting in the way of my hearing. Can you tell me again what you were saying? What were you saying? I'm what? Piccolo's like, sup, FM Nation.
Oh!
Folks,
like a 20-year-old.
That you finally have Roman Reigns wrestling Gab shirt. You did know, somebody noticed, filmed it. Alita says, Piccolo, hiya.
We had to send it to him to model it for us.
Steve is in the chat. Hey, Steve, nice to see you here, man.
Thanks
says,
for
hi,
hanging
how
out
are
with
you?
us.
I'm watching it.
Oh,
all
shit.
Good.
Roman's got him.
You're not Roman.
No.
That's Brock.
Brock's got him.
Brock's got Adam
Oh, somebody's coming down. Somebody's running down. They cut away.
Sophie's like, are you guys going to do Rampage like you did that one time? Piccolo says, I'm good, Alita. It's been a busy week. Sophie says, these stages of hell. 3 stages of hell.
I don't have a choice, bro.
Robbie says, this guy, man, is fraud. Brock ain't going to listen to him.
I made it say it again. Is that right?
Brock Lesnar. Oh, no. See,
F5!
like, Brock.
F5!
David's like, Brock has him think Adam P can see it. F5 and Adam P. F5 Adam P.
Straighten his tie out. That's what he should do. And then F5 him.
He should just, like, fix his suit. He's doing it. He's doing it. Like, let me fix your suit.
Woo! F5!
Suspend me. I'll show you. I think he ripped his pants. I think his pants are ripped. Oh, they are.
On Postman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Split the seam. All the way up into his crotch region.
No. He's like, you want to
Hey, too! You're going to see his little dinguling. His clothes are all sorts of ripped. They must have been already ready to rip.
They had to have been.
There's no
way that
shredded.
getting thrown around like that would have ripped
We'll
him.
see the shirt, how it's shredded.
I can't hear you. The time is now. He can't hear you.
He beats him with a microphone. Nobody likes authority.
Oh my goodness. Was that considered bullying?
Back in the day.
Oh my god, the PC people are gonna have a meltdown. He's bullying us.
Back in the day, that would have been Vince McMahon.
Oh. Walter told Adam to run, but he didn't. Pickles like he must cut off his ponytail or suspension. Alita says he injured the cameraman. Sophie says they suspended Brock in storyline before. Robbie says send Adam to Suplex City. Come on. David's like, am I crazy? No, you're not.
This
Sophie
is so
says,
perfect what they're doing. This is going to set up the feud where Brock takes the title off Roman at WrestleMania.
Oh.
Because how are you going to... It's 5.5 months from today-ish, right?
Right. Sophie says with Brock suspended, I guess they aren't going to build to Bobby versus Brock. And Piccolo says,
No.
say what again? David says F5 Adam P. Hell yeah.
Bobby just isn't a big a draw as Roman is, and that's what they're going to do at WrestleMania. It's going to sell out whatever stadium they go to, Dallas, and it's going to be huge.
Big. David says, haha, very funny. Walter's like, Saturday it's Dynamite. Are you guys going live? Yes.
Yes, we'll be here tomorrow night.
Totally.
Woo!
All right. Here is a trivia question for you. Who did John Cena debut against?
I do know this one.
Most everybody should probably. They're big fans,
You know
I guess.
this one. I've shown you the video.
Yes.
You know it, huh?
But it told me the answer, too, so.
Oh.
So I was like, hey, Misty, at the end of the live stream on your WWE Crown Jewel, your speech was on point. Loved it.
Yeah, she does really good. You know, she read nonstop. If you watch that Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar video, she read for nonstop for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Well,
I didn't know if you were looking at something down there.
well, yeah, I was planning on it.
Oh. Let's see. By God, he just... Oh, Piccolo says, by God, he just pissed himself, LOL. Sophie says, F5, Adam Pierce. Vindicator says, though Brock needs to clean out those cauliflower ears so he can hear better, the pants ripping will probably be the entertaining moment of the night. Robbie says, what a muppet Adam Pierce is. Sophie says, at least Brock gotten better on the mic than before when Paul was talking for him. He might have been, making some adjustments to his special stuff.
You guys, I have a quest for you. Name me 3... I know this has nothing to do with anything that's going on. Name me 3 face women on SmackDown. 3. Oh, wait.
On SmackDown?
On SmackDown.
Oh. Walter says, okay, at 9:05 I'm going, but on Monday I will be here for Raw and Saturday. Sweet, Walter.
All right,
Alita says, Walter. Walter's like, hey, Alita. Vindicator says, also way too many commercials in these first 30 minutes. They must need to recoup at that airline fare for the mildly successful Saudi trip.
Right? You would think the Saudi government would have just flown them for free.
Sophie says, at least this is the last time you guys work 3 days in a row. Oh,
No,
it won't be the
it's
last
not.
time, Sophie. We'll
we
be
do
doing
it.
it again
a lot.
times.
Most of the time, we do. Anytime there's a pay-per-view on a weekend, we do 4 days in a row.
Usually. Because we do a production show. Film says John Cena's first debut was when he was going up against somebody. Robbie says, LOLD, big fans. You might be a big fan of Cena, not me. I am not a fan. Walter says, guys, congrats on the likes on Thursday. Sophie says they should make SmackDown commercial free at some point. Alita says, I can't remember.
We did pretty good yesterday. We got 200 subscribers yesterday.
Sophie
That's
says,
kind of a
without
big
commercial,
deal.
SmackDown is an hour and a half.
Thumbs ups to you guys, too. Like, this is our family here. Right? This is our group.
The answer to that trivia
Last night-
question was Kurt Angle. If you guys got Kurt Angle, you got it right.
Last night we had very little people that we knew in here at first. And then it just exploded with strangers.
With lots
and it was
of people
awesome.
we didn't know. Anyways, Piccolo's like, it's a trap! No women on SDR faces. There you go. David says, Bailey and Sasha and Charlotte, only one can see. Walter says, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair and Carmella.
Shotzi is going to be pushed as a heel. I read it today.
Walter says,
I didn't know
that.
Tony Storm was still on there. That's a good one.
Sophie says, why are you laughing at him getting hurt? Because it's fucking hilarious.
And I think Natalya is also still on the roster.
She is.
So I think she'll face. So I did not know Tony Storm was. So Tony Storm, Natalya, and
Naomi. I don't know if Naomi's going to be
But is Naomi
going to
stay that way? It looks like it, though. She's going after Sonya Deville. So.
Pickle says, but John Cena is our Lord Savior.
Everybody else, the main people, are all freaking heels. With Charlotte
Robbie
and
says,
Sasha.
The gap on the road to 2K subs and beyond.
Set sail.
David Robert is
Look
like,
at
Naomi is here. Maybe.
I'm going to get the show back on track.
Pickle says, Shotzi is a bad girl to me.
Oh, Naomi's right there.
My God, could you imagine trying to get all that
Why does she
shit
have
off
so
of
much
you?
glow on her? She just have sex with a unicorn? Yeah, Shayna Baszler's there now, so go ahead and send... Oh, she listened. That's what I thought. Oh, Drew Mack!
Oh, it's
What's he got to say? I want a match with Roman.
More talkies.
The SmackDown Warrior.
Oh, God, this guy.
For who? You don't have a title.
With your permission or not, I could give a rat's ass. That's my saying. You can't steal my saying, Drew. Rat's ass is my saying. Hell in a handbasket.
Who's going to accept it?
Humberto.
Is Humberto on SmackDown?
He was there. Humberto and Angel came down. Do we need the list?
I have it.
Do we need the list?
I have it in alphabetical order right here.
Oh, okay, good. Your list of SmackDown people.
So Aaliyah could also be a face.
Here, all right, we'll go over the SmackDown roster. Aaliyah, Angel Garza, Ashton the Adonis, B-Fab, Cesaro, Charlotte Flair, Drew Gulak, Drew McIntyre, Eric, Happy Corbin, Humberto Carrillo,
There he is.
Isaiah Swerve Scott, Ivar, Jeff Hardy, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Jinder Mahal, not King Nakamura anymore, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kofi Kingston, Mace, Madcap Moss, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, Naomi, Natalya, Rick Boogs, Ricochet, Ridge Holland, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Sasha Banks, Shanky, Shayna Baszler, Sheamus, Shotzi, Tony Storm, Top Dollar, Xavier Woods, and Xia Li.
Ooh.
Those are all of your
Xia Li makes an appearance tonight.
Smackdown drafted peeps.
And they better not turn her into a baby face.
Peeps. I want Xia Li to be a bad bitch and be mean to everybody.
I want to see heels fight each other.
Smack them up. David Roberts like, Drew
Baszler?
here. There he is. He is out there. Was like poor Adam Hurt with ripped pants. LOL. See, Walter's laughing. If Walter's laughing, it's funny.
Yes.
Films like McIntyre's
He is
here.
our
Let's
indicator.
go.
He is our needle on comedy.
David says, Drew, have an open challenge. He is having an open challenge. Ravi says, please, no more talking. It's happening, Ravi. Your talking is happening. Lots
More
and lots of
talking.
fucking
It's an
talking.
open challenge. Who's going to accept it out of all those people? I'm going to go with Shotzi Blackheart.
I think she's going to accept it.
Tony
yes.
Storm.
Alita says, spray glitter. Right? That's a lot of fucking glitter.
She's looking like a
could you
stripper.
imagine trying to get that
Somebody
glitter
come
off
get
yourself?
her. She's dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get her.
Walter says Drew will win, no matter what.
Sami Zayn!
Sammy. Pickle says, come on, Drew. Don't you want to hang out with your buddy Gender? Is Sami Zayn on SmackDown? Did I read his name?
He must have, because I don't see him. Sami Zayn, yep, right there. Right after
He's
Roman
going to come out and
Reigns.
talk, too. Sophie says, would you never do this for a week?
I would do it every day. It's pretty fun.
Would you never do this for a week? Like, are you
mean
saying,
like give up, not do it?
Not do it at all for like a whole week?
We've never missed a day. We're not going to miss a week for sure.
Unless we die. And I get hit by a bus, and that's okay. Because it's Humberto and Mansoor next 10 WrestleMania main events.
There's a good chance we will not do it Friday, December 24th. But I'm not 100% sure on that one.
David says Drew versus Sami Zayn. Film says part 2 of 2 armpits for entertaining the men who love women's armpits. Yes, that's a lot of armpit talking. Phil's like, let's go, Drew. Sophie says Mia Yim is going to be a baby face on Raw. Robbie says Sammy to win. Ha ha. David says, nah, Drew will win. Film says so. I guess Bliss will stay on Raw. I thought there were rumors that she may go to SmackDown. Guess it didn't happen. She was drafted immediately to Raw. She was like one of the top people they picked.
Who was it?
Bliss.
Yes. She was drafted, not like Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was not drafted. Did you see those little gifts I sent you last night? I sent them in order.
Oh my god, I laughed so hard.
I found those separately.
I was like
I found the Bliss one, and I was like, oh, I gotta go find one of Liv. And there's 1,000 of them of her crying.
Oh my god,
so it just worked.
It's so funny. Because that's all she fucking does. But I love Bliss. She did that with somebody else too. I don't remember who it was.
That wasn't her. That wasn't against Liv.
No, it wasn't against Liv.
Yeah, okay.
I said that Bliss has done that before.
Right.
Not to Liv, but just done it before, the whole thing. Because like Sammy is the standard.
All right, so we got Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre going one-on-one. Sami Zayn wrestling like Ric Flair used to in his prime.
Sophie says Bruce was the one who came up with the idea of Adam Dork to cut his hair and change his name if he decided to stay with the WWE.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchett. Brother
David
Love.
says Liv Morgan on Raw now. Piccolo says Sammy is the standard, and Icon says we all know we getting this match at least 4 to 5
I mean,
more
how
times.
perfect would it be? What kind of life would that be if you were Brother Love, and then all of a sudden you got a right and you're Vince's right hand? You know what I mean? He does, like, he's the next highest guy in the company, basically. I mean, he's not Khan or whatever, because Khan is the president, but he writes the stuff. He is the storyteller. He's the main guy.
Right.
Vince overrides him a lot, but whatever.
Right. Here's a trivia question for you. Who was the first unanimous WWE champion?
Unanimous? Is that the word they really use?
Yes.
Huh. I know who it was. I've told you that 1,000 times, too.
Sophie says at least it will be a fresh match. Robbie says, like I said, I was told by a wise woman that is Liv's time to shine. Oh, no. I never said that. Sophie says SmackDown doesn't have that many faces for Roman to feud with except for Drew.
Yeah, Drew and Willow. I'm sure they'll figure out some more. They can do some goofy ones, too. They don't all have to be top guys.
Right.
I think the Drew McIntyre one almost needs to be saved for day one.
Yeah.
And then that can also be out there.
That's the word they use. He's like, that's odd.
Right?
That's what they used. I can't help it.
Undisputed.
And Pickle's like, can I phone a friend?
Unification.
I don't know if this is really that type of show. What's that trivia show?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
That's it.
See, it's Bruce Pritchard, but he was Brother Love, 'cause I love you. See, and he's all in red. That's what he wore. Mm-hmm. He had the bright red face.
That's so weird.
Part of my childhood. That's what he looked like all the time.
I think everybody should wear those, and then they wouldn't even have to interact with people.
What is that?
Those Oculus things.
Oh. I thought about buying one of those. They're on sale over at Costco for $2.99, and those are usually like $600.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just really kind of stupid.
It's not. It's because you don't understand it or whatever.
It's not about understanding. I understand just fine what it is.
Then why would it? To use your body to play video games?
Okay, but that's not what people... I mean...
Bradshaw giving away his own money.
Just makes it one more way that people cannot interact with other humans. And it's dumb. They need to stop doing that.
I was thinking of it more of a therapy for people.
Which they can do. They can use it for like PTSD kind
right.
of stuff and everything.
Big elbow drop by Sami Zayn.
Whatchamacallit.
Drew McIntyre just barely
EMDR
got
type
out.
Stuff. The answer to that was Chris Jericho. If you guessed Chris Jericho, you got it right. Good job. Congratulations.
Christopher Jericho. He beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night to become the unified... What'd they call it again?
Unanimous.
The unanimous champion of the world.
WWE champion. You're on my show now! Film says, who would win in a hairy armpit match, Bliss or Mandy? I say both. What do you think?
Mandy.
David says Drew will win. Sami Zayn, no way Sami won't win this. Ravi says D off stream was sipping champagne to celebrate her
belly to belly release.
winning on Thursday. No, I was actually off stream doing my work because I had to work and forgot all about everything that happened. Well, I was like, I hope they don't put your McIntyre in a random tag team. I hope they do. So he's
they will at some
irrelevant.
point. Maybe him and Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Lita says,
like RK Bro.
Because like Uncharted trailer looks pretty dope. It's because it's a Marky Mark movie. Who wouldn't want to watch Marky Mark in a movie? Robbie says instead of we are NXT, it should say we are frauds.
Oh.
Tom says, I hope WWE 2K22 turns out good. And Sophie says, at least when SmackDown gets moved, they announce it a week in advance, not like AEW, which not that many people knew that AEW was going to be on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, and I still had to make sure. I had to go look through my TV guide stuff.
Oh, Luna is in the chat. Hey, Luna says Zayn looks like a Bryan Danielson.
A little bit. Fidel Castro mixture.
He still looks like Fidel Castro. Alita says, I talked to my therapist today.
There. How about your foot?
Your mental health therapist?
Your
or
physical
your physical
therapist? Or your mental health?
Robbie says,
I feel like mental health sounds so negative.
Is what you call work D. No.
Doesn't mental health sound negative?
Champagne is gross.
What? Why are we talking about champagne?
Because Robbie's trying to insist that I was drinking champagne for the dumb assholes who won yesterday that I supposedly enjoy so much watching, which I don't.
Drew McIntyre just picked his wedgie.
Because we know exactly who was, not surprising, that he's picking his wedgie. Gross.
What are we talking about? Are you talking about...
How big of a fan Ravi is of Woods and Edge. Like, he loves them so much, he's trying to, like, portray it onto me that I do.
He's projecting.
He's projecting it. Yeah, it's quite pathetic, really. I mean, dude, come on. I mean, get over yourself. Ugh.
Oh! The Hulula kick. Oh, shit! Ring the bell!
He got clobbered first.
Ring the bell!
He got Claymored before he could Hululu kick it.
He got knocked out like that boxer we watched that I had you come out and look at.
That's true.
He was like all shaking.
He's just like, that was pretty scary though. Hopefully that guy was okay. Sophie says, do you think if Adam Cole didn't love his Twitch that he wouldn't have walked away from the WWE to go to AEW?
No. I think he would have left. I don't think Twitch has anything to do with any decisions that people make.
Yeah.
You make business decisions for your family, not off of Twitch.
Or any other fucking dumbass social media shit. David says, this is a good match. Drew will win. Well done, Drew. Exactly. Congratulations, right? Films like Ramirez is so hot in NXT 2.0. Sophie's like, they could revisit the Cesaro feud again and follow up what he did to Shinsuke a year ago.
Mandy could be champion as early as Tuesday, by the way. She's never been an NXT champion. She's never been a champion anywhere.
Pickle says, I noticed a trend where the pro leagues are speaking publicly about mental health. As they should. It's not a secret.
I mean, you can see how bad it was over just last year, how bad people's mental health was. That was a prime example. That was a macrocosm of mental health issues in the United States.
Yeah.
The overreaction of the country.
The overreaction
and
then the high percentage hijack rate of suicides that happened.
Yeah, it got... you could
got
just
blamed that they were COVID deaths somehow.
You could see the macrocosm of mental health last year, of the people's reaction. Just right around March, toilet paper sold out. Water sold out. Paper towels sold out. Any paper products sold out. But just the fear. People were wearing masks. People were like going nuts. People are still in a state of fear. Mm-hmm. Still. And so mental health is a huge issue. Sure. It's everywhere, and it's basically propaganded by the media.
That is
because they want to keep you scared, because people that are scared are easier to control. And it's hard not to be scared if you watch the news. You watch the news for 5 seconds, you think your neighbor's a rapist, you think your other neighbor's a murderer, and you think you're going to get COVID.
The guy down the street or the people down the street are pedophiles.
Oh yeah, well that's on Watchdog. FamilyWatchdog.com. Don't go there. Your apartment building will look like it has chickenpox. And those are all pedophiles.
Chris says this is a good heel work by Sammy. He is the best, but he doesn't have to win because it works for him. As Robbie says, the man got clarted seeing stars, haha. Sophie says Apollo Crews and his commander are going to be a tag team, kind of like AJ Styles and Amos. David says King Xavier Woods comes. Alita says, are you really talking about Twitch or Twitter? Both. I think that Twitch is a lot like the same thing.
No, Twitch is a video game platform. It's kind of like YouTube.
Kinda, but it is kind of a social media thing too, like YouTube is a social media thing.
Where Twitter is more of a, you just post, like Instagram kind of.
Yeah, Twitter is retarded. Twitter should be rejected from the earth.
I have a buddy that's all he gets his news from is Twitter.
And Instagram and
no, he doesn't even know what Instagram
media
is. He's like 60.
Outlet should be completely like deleted. Robbie says you don't watch Mandy for the love of wrestling. You watch her for her armpits, according to film. Just saying. Sophie says, is Hit Row going to be a heel or face group? Probably a heel would be my guess. That's what they've done in the past. Walter says Woods will get the crown. Yeah, they're going to do his coronation. And Robbie is talking about his boy coming down to be crowned. Yeah, I know you're in love with him,
They
Robbie.
could definitely be faces,
really like
though. I think they could definitely pull off faces. But Isaiah Swerve Scott should definitely be a heel. He was a better heel when he was in NXT and 205.
Gothlesia says, all hail King Woods. He is way better than formerly King Corbin. That's your opinion.
To each their own. Everybody has their own opinion.
Chris says maybe Kofi will turn. Chris says Big E as WWE champ for Raw will be credible for Cross to beat Big E and become WWE champ. Pickle says one NBA player, Andre Drummond, I think, was put on the bench because the team couldn't find a role to play. Then there was propaganda concerning players' mental health due to not playing. Oh, did he pull a Simone Biles? Oh.
Got claiming mental health like Simone Biles.
Not that mental health is something to laugh and joke about.
Homeboy literally got suspended by Tony Khan for saying those words.
Saying the truth. The truth. Facts.
You got you claiming mental health like Simone Biles.
Facts. Because she did. Facts. That's facts. There's nothing. That's facts. It's not untrue. Ravi's message retracted. Alita says, I'm not crazy from the virus, just feeling a little down. But that's still part of mental health, and that's where it's stemming from. Not about being crazy.
You don't get it from the virus. You got it. You didn't get anything. I'm just saying that mental health was a macrocosm of why everybody overreacted because of the virus, is what I was saying.
Walter says, Kofi in the ring, New Day, New Day. Ravi says, Dee likes Woods so much she's ordered her shirt for the WWEshop.com. Ravi, stop projecting, dude. I know you love him.
What shirt are you going to buy?
Supposedly Woods shirt, but I don't want one.
You don't want a King Woods?
I think that Ravi's going to buy, like, all of them. Pretty sure he's a big fan. Sounds like it. The more he talks about it, the more I'm very convinced
Crown
he's
Jewel,
the biggest fan of
was
Woods
it the best pay-per-view this year?
I don't know.
It's right there with All Out.
Okay. That's what Sophie was saying. Some people was saying somewhere in the Twitter sphere of stupid social media that it was the best one, even over SummerSlam and WrestleMania.
It was definitely better than any WWE pay-per-view. I'm wondering if it was better than All Out. All Out was fantastic. We had great tag team matches. There was great singles matches.
Yeah, that's kind of pushing it there. I mean, it might be up there, but... So this is maybe we will get Bearcat Lee versus Big E for a future WWE Championship feud. Nobody
on AEW can match Brock and Roman, though, right? Like, no matter what they do, they can have any match, do whatever they want, and it's still not gonna. It's not that level. They can't touch that level.
Yeah, because Swerve Scott is from Seattle in the Indies. He was pretty good. Film says, hey Travis, how to armpit wrestle in WAW? Basically, nothing doesn't change. Everything's the same. You win championships and you expose beautiful feminine armpits.
That's what you got to do. Maybe
Bobby's
some
like,
bikini wrestling or
good.
some what's that called? Like pudding wrestling? What is that?
Mud wrestling?
No, the other one. Jello wrestling.
Bobby says Twitch is good for listening to live DJ sets.
I have not been on Twitch other than when we were on Twitch when we got suspended.
That's it. Alita says Hit Row will be healed. Film says, so you're welcome, Travis. Hopefully I explained it to you.
Yeah, I need to go back on Twitch and support somebody that has a Twitch channel because I have free money that I can give them from Amazon every month.
Nice.
Like you get an allowance to just give people.
Film says, so you're that. Piccolo says, to be honest, I forgot about Simone Biles. Who wouldn't?
It's called The Spins.
It's called The Spins. It's called Pathetic Person that should go to a different country. Vindicator says, sometimes when Dalethea says Bates' name, it sounds like she's saying, God bless you. Kind of like the mistaken Fat Lisa name. Shout out to non-present former maker of donuts named Ayla.
Yeah, she put in another bid on a house today. Or yesterday, I guess. No, it was today.
The one on Jensen?
Yes.
Oh. Hopefully they get it.
On the last one, they overbid.
And they lost it because
And
somebody
they lost,
bid over
but this
them.
one they underbid, so we'll see.
Sophie says, when do you see them doing rematches after the draft goes into effect tonight?
I mean, obviously, they got to do this culmination thing. They got to do the title swip. They got to get everything lined up. But after they get everything lined up, then we're going to start seeing matches and stuff next week and the week after and so on and so forth. Get everything going full gear.
Robbie's like, LOD not feeling WWE pushing Woods, ha ha. And Vindicator says, you're pushing it, Travis, laughing. Walter says, good Smackdown, I like this, cool. Piccolo says, humans are supposed to be social and gather, not stuck in their houses. That's what got me depressed. Exactly, but they're still promoting it, right? You're gaming or promoting it by doing Oculus things. That thing isn't interacting with humans. That's just putting a thing on your face and interacting with fake shit on internet. That's not people.
Yeah, but you can use it
on yourself, and that's it.
As a tool.
I get using it for things like that, but that's not what they're promoting it for. They're promoting it to play games. They're showing all these people in a room with it, but you're not interacting with humans. You're not interacting with the person next to you.
Right.
You're wearing something on your face that puts you in a different world.
It looks
There's no
like
people.
The king is out here. So we got a new king. This is the first babyface king we've had in I don't know how many years. So we'll see how this ends up playing out.
Sophie says, I like the original brand extension a lot more than this version of it. Piccolo says, I prefer KY Jelly Wrestling. You're welcome.
Right?
You know, that KY Jelly Wrestling that kills old men. I mean, from old school.
Blue is old. He died. That's what old people do. They die.
Petty Curry says, I don't mind being given money. Piccolo says, good for Ayla and the fam. Yes. Robbie says, KY Jelly stinks bad, and Alita told him to stop using it. Good for you, Alita. You tell him. Sophie says, everybody in the WWE who has a contract coming up Twitch for some reason makes them decide if they want to re-sign with the WWE or sign with AEW.
What I use KY Jelly for is plastic gears on things. So if it has plastic gears, I like to use the water-soluble stuff. Because if you use oil-soluble oil on gears, on plastic, it will eat them up.
Boo! This guy doesn't deserve it. Boo! Boo. Oh, God, Barfo. This is just pathetic. It's all out.
Well, the crowd doesn't look like they're very excited.
Oh, I know I'm not excited. Vindicator says, so Ayla trying to live closer or farther away from Uncle Travis?
It would be about 200 feet.
Closer, basically. Lita says, how do you lose by overbidding? People overbid them.
Somebody overbid
they put
them.
in a bid, and then somebody put in another bid. So either
Beat
you
'em by
put in a bid
3,000.
over that, or you just give up. Ravi says, what's that VR?
Virtual
Oculus?
reality.
Virtual reality, the Oculus thing. Piccolo says, poor kid, should give him glasses or some random stuff. Why? He's a jerk. But here says, coming on Travis, Dalethea still had another 3 minutes of rant time left. We've been shortchanged. Rise like Alita, I must stop my bad habit. Ha ha. Sophie says they are going back to Saudi Arabia in the first quarter of next year.
Oh, good.
And Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Saturday for AEW. All right, Walter.
See you, Walt.
Thanks for hanging with us, man. Have
Bye-bye.
a good night. We'll see you tomorrow night. Robbie says, D, let Woods have his time, man. It's the only time he's going to have. God, I hope it's short. Because I'm tired of it already. Tired of seeing it already. Spiegel says, take care, Walter.
Yeah, crowd is definitely not impressed. You got like a scattering of cheers.
I'm not impressed with him. I don't even want to hear him talk anymore.
Yeah, like he said,
damn.
the social media is what got him this. Because nobody actually that buys tickets gives a shit.
Exactly. Nobody gives a rat's patootie in real life about your dumbass. Yeah, they look real impressed with you. And you're stupid. Jesus Christ, this guy is fucking annoying as fuck. How anybody could think that this is better than Corbin is beyond me. I'd take Corbin any day over this. And here's like, so the crown matches was up better than Corbin did, but his weird hairstyle just throws the whole look off. He should have got a makeover to signify a full character evolution. Why? When he can just, continuously be his stupid self and think that it's going to work for him.
There's about 18, 25 people that give a shit. And right behind him right there. See, as they
There's
pan out.
this huge group of multiple people that are like, this is fucking dumb. And I am one of those people.
Well, hopefully somebody comes out. Where's Boogs and Nakamura or something?
Where are the people that are supposed to be? That lady, did you see her? Oh my
No.
god, that was hilarious. So they panned to the guy that was all excited for him, right? And she's in the background going like this.
We'll have to watch that later.
That's hilarious.
You can't rewind on here.
I know,
Or
that's
rewind it
funny.
and take a picture.
Yeah, that's the lame-o. Rob is like, rat's patootie. Haha, that's a new word on me. Patootie?
One of these days, we're going to
Rasputin.
see the Queen of England or turn to a King of England
Yes.
in our lifetime.
That's probably going to
I
happen.
mean, I guess she could outlive me.
That's
She's been
true.
alive since the teens or something, hasn't she?
We could totally get hit by buses at some point in the next week. And
When was
could
she
live.
crowned? Like in the 30s or some shit?
I can't remember when her dad died. It was
There's
after
Becky.
I think it was after one of the wars. Her dad became king during, I think, World War One. I think it was.
Look at her
I don't know.
outfit.
Ravi, you should know the history of England. You live there. I don't know if you were born there, but you should know. Hey, it's Mansoor.
Mansoor!
I can listen. I have to get a root canal.
We were talking to... Uh-oh. What happened?
Oh, it disconnected. It's reconnecting. So we're going to have a pause, everybody.
Look at me.
I am so bad. And I'm like...
Sorry about that, everybody at home.
We had a little bit of a glitch happen there.
So last night I asked the guys from Saudi Arabia that were in here if they like Mansoor. They're like, never heard of him. I'm like, what?
Weird.
I don't know if you remember the conversations because you were just reading them and I was actually interacting with them.
I let you interact and then I'd say some stuff. But yeah, I remember that the Saudi Arabia guys were talking about that and then it was like, who? Piccolo says, boy, I enjoy this more than root canals. Do you? Because I don't. I'd rather have a root canal. Robbie says SD is so bad. Piccolo's like, I'm not from London. Are you from London? No. Are you going to talk like you're from London?
He's from London.
Yes, I like you're from London. All right, here is a question for you. Trivia question. Which season of NXT was the debut season of Daniel Bryan? Let's see. Vindicator says Man-Child Monarch is the new future of WWE and brand that is fully dedicated to catering to children. Film says, who would win an armpit deodorant match? A deodorant match? Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, or Nikki Cross, or Carmella? Who do you think would win? Your armpit questions are very weird. I mean, I'm glad you like armpits. That's fantastic. I mean, it's a weird body part to like, but I mean, to each their own. But it's just a little bit weird. Feels like I'm ready to.
You'd have to go with Rhea Ripley on that one. She's the heaviest. And I think that heavier people need more deodorant. Phil's ready to see Rhea Ripley wrestle. And Robbie says, LD with the stereotype. How is that stereotyping? Do you know the fucking history of a country? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh my god! How is that stereotyping?
How is that fucking stereotyping?
That would be like you asking us about the president.
Oh my god, dude, seriously. Okay, so I'm sorry. I guess you're from India. I know you're Indian, but I thought maybe you were born in the UK, but maybe you weren't. I don't know your background. I haven't asked your personal pedigree history. I just asked if you actually knew the history of the royal family. I mean, just because you guys don't follow every goddamn fucking thing they do doesn't mean you don't know at least who the goddamn monarch was before Queen Elizabeth. Like, I don't, because I don't fucking live there. But you know what? If I fucking lived there, I probably would at least know that much.
Is it Prince Edward?
I maybe.
Or King Edward, sorry.
I don't remember what his name is. I seriously couldn't tell you.
Who was Elizabeth's dad?
Right? Piccolo says, I don't remember that, but when Bryan came out with Nexus, they ambushed John Cena and Daniel Bryan started choking Justin Roberts with his own necktie. That's terrifying on another level. Like, let me choke you with your own necktie. I didn't like it. I loved it. Thank you so much, man. Vindicator's like, this will increase the argument of those in favor of the Attitude Era over this PG commercial Latin era of mouth-breathing, long-winded, prop-using promo killers that have a safe space in that ring.
This must be like a topic that really happens a lot. Look at 3 hours ago, they were talking about who's going to take her spot.
Well, it's a big thing. Because she is getting older, and
She's
her husband
95.
just passed away, or the prince just passed away.
She was born in 1926, so she was younger than my grandma.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought she was like 150. He was the Duke of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
They were married from 47 to 21. I'm looking.
I don't give a good goddamn how
Parents, long. Queen Elizabeth, the Queen's mother, and then George the Sixth.
George.
George.
Okay. It was King George. Okay, that's what I thought.
How did she not name her kid George?
Charles? He might have a George name in there somewhere. I don't know.
That's weird.
Anyways, Rob is like, oh, I don't follow
Ooh,
the royal family
Xylee.
too tough. Ha ha. Okay, I'm not talking about following them. I'm talking about who the monarch was before her. Because it's not like it's like 500 different people can takes the job over in 3 months. Like, it goes from this person to this person to this person. I
feel like if I was going to be the king, I would want power back, and I would, like, raise an army and fight for the power back.
Be like, fuck you, Parliament bitches.
And start offing heads.
What's with their heads? Nobody gets fucking cake.
I wouldn't want to be king of nothing. What are you, king of, like, because?
Right?
Oh, bullshit.
Vindicator says, Ravi, don't end up getting demoted from Team Loot too soon. Now you hear. Film Nation says, I love Wrestling Gab because not only I love to talk about WWE and AEW, and not only that, I also like to talk about women's beautiful armpits. Oh, I know. It's lovely.
And
Keep
just
up the
random
amazing
shit.
live stream. God bless you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Film. Sophie says, thanks to my dog, I'm 10 minutes behind you guys. I'm sorry.
Ah,
Vindicator says, I'm getting MJF.
Oh!
Mustafa Ali.
Rematch. We were talking about him. Here comes Mustafa. Now, Mustafa should have won it last night, but he's goofed. He missed that move, and then that ended up getting him hit with that over-the-top neck breaker.
Right.
So Mansoor could definitely win this.
Mansoor could lose again. Or he could lose this one because he's not in Saudi Arabia is what you meant, right? Yeah. Ravi says, Vin, it's Cushy tea, bro.
Woo!
Kashi.
Hey, Kashi.
No, there's nobody in here named that. It's Ravi's comment that I can't read his weird writing because he likes to use UK slang, and I'm not from the fucking UK, so I have no idea what it means or what it says. Beagle's like Prince Fat Lisa of Pifferton. That's right, Picola. That's who you are.
Oh, shit. Ali spilled over, landed right on his head.
I hope his brain is okay. Sophie says, what is with this armpit talk? I don't, Sophie, why don't you talk to Film Nation about it? He really enjoys armpits. You guys should have a conversation. Talk about it.
Talk amongst
He
yourselves.
calls like the Earl of Shrimp Po' Boys LMAO.
Oh, crossbody! He got him 1, 2, and...
Is that what you're the
kicks
Earl
out.
of? Shrimp Po' Boys? Poor boys? Po' boys? How do you say that? Po' boy sandwich? Po' boy.
Po' boy.
Is that how you say it? Po' boy?
It's like poor, but poor boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy.
Yeah, you think about it. It's hard to say, huh?
You've got to talk southern, though, so it's po' boy.
Po' boy.
Po' boy.
Oh boy. Okay,
Oh,
there you
boy.
got it. Robbie says that Pico,
Boom.
that's the one. Chris
One,
says, imagine
two,
Mansoor
three.
versus Reigns for title in Saudi Arabia. Mansoor wins, the crowd would go nuts.
Yes. Never happening.
It won't ever happen, but yeah, that'd be nutsy. Pico is like, have you guys had po' boys before?
You know what would actually happen? Brock Lesnar champion, Mansoor wrestles him and in Saudi Arabia, and Brock wins, the crowd would go nuts. They wouldn't want
They'd
Mansoor
be like,
to
yeah,
win.
Mansoor,
If Mansoor... People were not cheering him like you think they would.
Oh, God.
It folded him in half.
Is his okay?
He can't feel his feet. It's tingling.
202 Degrees is in the chat.
Hey,
Says,
202.
how about ghost pepper smoked fish sub sandwich?
Sounds amazing.
Sounds fucking disgusting.
Although she doesn't like fish, but that ghost pepper sometimes can be too hot. So are ghost peppers also good tasting, or is it just
Hot,
miserable heat?
right?
I've never actually ate one. 2, 3. Mansoor wins with a fruit
Mansoor
roll-up.
won again? Wow!
This one was a little flukier, though. Last night he beat him fair and square. This one was a little flukier.
That was weird. I did not
Ali's
expect
going to
him
attack
win.
him.
I expected Ali to win. That is weird.
I did think Ali
He's
was
not
going to win.
cry, is he? Is he going to cry? Is he pulling a live?
They don't have a live on Smackdown anymore.
I don't care. Is he pulling a live? She's a WWE person, so it doesn't matter.
Right, but she's on Raw now. So they
One of
could,
those
they
bully
need
sticks.
one. Oh, Ridge Holland.
So they did bring him up from NXT, huh?
Looks like it.
Huh. Well, I mean, he was on the SmackDown roster I read, but I was
Okay.
like, Rich Holland. I'm like,
Yeah, he got drafted.
that's crazy. I didn't know he got drafted. Okay, so Pico asked if you guys have tried po' boys before. Okay,
No.
I've never
Hey.
had a po' boy sandwich because I've
Aaliyah.
never been to the South. So.
Bougie?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Or booty?
bougie. Like pretty. It's a dumb word from a dumb woman who made a dumb song.
Bougie, huh? Look at this. New tag team champions coming soon. Usos better watch out. There he is.
Robbie says, Kushti means swell, all good, really good. Kushti? I don't even know how to say it. Vindicator's like, Travis, are you a fan of Sloppy Joe sandwiches?
I'm not,
but just wondering.
I used to be back in the day when I ate that stuff. I don't eat that stuff anymore.
Sloppy Joe sandwiches are pretty good.
Because I don't eat bread.
Janelle's in the chat. Hey, Janelle, how's it going, man? How's the baby doing?
How did you like Crown Jewel?
Life?
I know he joined us a couple
Bianca
times.
Belair
Here
take the title from Charlotte on Monday, and then have Sasha take the title from Becky instead of swapping the titles. That's just me. Picola says it's great with shredded lettuce and like a fancy pepper mayo. Oh, and Tabasco. My
back hurts, so I can't dance right.
I'll pass Picola, but I'm sure Travis would love that. 202 says that Robbie Ghost Pepper is amazing.
Why did they get her on the mic? I like the music. Just let the music play. Oh, God. He got a fanny pack.
Oh, my God.
He has a... What is that called? Shiny? What is that like?
Pleather? Plastic?
Pleather.
He's wearing plastic bottles for
money.
clothes.
Money.
Yeah, I'm not listening to this garbage. Wow, these people are retarded. Film says MJF versus The Miz would be an epic match.
What does she have down her pants? Is that sunglasses?
Yeah,
I thought it was a cell phone.
She took her sunglasses off and stuck them in her pants. How is that kosher?
These guys are tiny, huh? They got one big guy, but those other two are smaller than she is. Although she's in heels. She got the fuck me pumps on.
Nick says Brock Lesnar should have a warm-up match for Roman with Ridge Holland and his bully stick. 202 says ghost pepper seasoning is great for barbecue mixed seasoning blend creation. Piccolo says, I'm guessing nah, because when my friend eats... Ghost pepper wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, he don't be tasting much, just a ton of water.
Yeah, I don't like to be eating things that are too hot that makes me, like, just, it's not pleasurable.
Yeah, you want it to have flavor.
I like hot. Good. Like, I like Tabasco sauce, right? Like, it tastes good.
And it's hot. Thomas says, why don't they have Ridge Holland be Roman's hired protection? Why would Roman need hired protection? He's got the Usos. Robbie says 202 degrees, defo blow your... bollocks off. Bollocks, got it. Vindicator says, Travis, your girl, B-Fab is here. Get your popcorn ready. Tuta says, Picola, pepper mayo, ghost pepper mayo isn't no heat with ghost pepper. Mixing it with habanero is better. Thumb says, hey, Sophia, what up, dude? Picola says, watch out for the aliens back there, Shamey. Seamus. Robbie says, D, you said it right the first time. Film says, I heard you were talking about me. Sure. 202 says, Robbie, I'm from Texas and we love it extra hot as it can get.
I get hot, but I also like pleasurable is all I'm saying.
Taste, like flavor.
Yeah, I want it to be...
Like, have the... Spicy's great if it has flavor. Once
but
it's
I don't want to bite
spicy,
into something and, like, try to make it through until the pain goes away to take another bite.
Picola says, Ashante don't sound like a dude's name, but okay. Right?
Oh, I know. I thought for sure that was the woman, by the way, when they read the names.
They read the names.
Ashante Adonis or whatever.
Film's like, hey, Sophie. Robbie's like, 2 degrees decent. Janelle says the family is doing good. Fantastic.
Good, Janelle.
2 degrees says AEW Rampage needs to hurry up. Smackdown is horrible. Sophie says, I could see a lot of people in this company be WWE lifers. 202 says, why don't they have Brock Lesnar as Ridge Holland manager?
Shit.
Why does anybody need a manager? Just let them do their thing.
Oh, you need managers. We need some swindlers in WWE. Problem is that the one that they brought in can't do it. Eva Marie.
Oh, yeah.
It
She
doesn't
can't
work.
talk,
She's
yeah.
not a good enough talker.
Pickle says the 202 degrees habanero would be good. I'm a wimp when it comes to hot stuff. Film says, at Sophie. 202 says, Piccola, I love lava heat. Or larva heat. Robbie
like
says,
Larva
who
Heat.
is the B-Tech rap group that was making my ears bleed? It's your favorite group of all time.
I can't remember the name of the actual group. But her
Hit
name's...
Row.
Oh, Hit Row. Yeah, her name's B-Fab or something. And then
Uh,
Isaiah Swerve Scott. Then there's an Adonis. And then I don't know who the big guy was.
Pickle's like, I bet your tummy be hurting though, right?
They keep doing this shit, though. This is what they did when they brought up Mace and T-Bar and those guys and Reckoning and all that.
The retribution
I have
drop.
to learn their names. It takes me a couple weeks, and then they break them up. So it's going to take me a minute to learn these guys' names, but once I do, I will know it.
Alita says, B-Fab is the female Ravi. 202 says, Pickle, I've been eating peppers since 12 years old. Pickle says, managers don't get enough recognition. Film says, are you going to see some women's matches coming up? Maybe.
We could.
Sophie says, they probably didn't have that much time to write tonight's script since they just traveled 13 hours from Saudi. They should have already had it written up and it wouldn't matter. Ravi says, Pickle, it probably gives you the squirts too, haha.
They can ride on an airplane.
Thomas says, had TGI Fridays chicken fingers with chili
Yum.
mayonnaise earlier. Fun. The only thing I've ever had at TGI Fridays was a burger that had a mozzarella, like a slice of deep fried mozzarella, like a mozzarella stick, but it was but it was round, like a disc of mozzarella on it. That shit was good. It was a really
Like one
good
of those
burger.
cow ones that you unwrap.
No,
and it's red.
It was big like this.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that would
And
be
it was
good.
like this thick.
Just
so
put
like
one of those in a burger.
So they took a round, fresh thing of mozzarella, and then they cut it, so it was this thick, right? And then they dipped it in egg and flour and breadcrumbs, and then deep fried it, made a hamburger, and then put it on the hamburger. Omega is in the chat says, is there an update on what's going to happen between the two women's championships? They're just going to swap them like they planned on doing anyways.
Right, but you know they're going to be playing that up for...
So Hit Row's going up against nobodies.
Hit Row... What the? Dustin Lawyer?
Okay, and we're watching a bunch of nobodies all of a sudden.
I love this stuff. I haven't seen this forever.
This is crazy and nice that they're doing it, but it's still weird.
This is as jobber as you can get. This is some local talent here. Ah! Look how wise he was.
Smart about it. Alita says the royal family is descent of Henry VIII. Film says Sophie. Piccolo says, well, it can be, Ravi. Probably the same with Indian
Look
food.
at this!
Sheesh. Right?
A fallaway slam?
Ravi says Alita with the hella disrespect. Film's like Sophie clapping. Sophie says Ridge Holland is one of the guys that weren't ready for a call-up. Vindicator says, so this confirms that McBossman hates tag teams but has a strong love affair for jobber matches. Sad but true.
So is this top dollar? Top dollar? However you say it. Dollar?
Hit Row?
No, this guy.
Oh,
Top dollar.
I have no idea what kind of stupid
Swerve
language we're trying
Scott
to
to
speak.
it! 3. I was wondering if they were going to win. I wasn't sure if they could pull that one off.
The Hit Row or the other people?
They're on a roll! They want to know! Wow. Hopefully we can track that. We should probably keep their stats.
I'm not keeping their stats. You're more than welcome to keep them, but I don't want anything to do with them.
gotta keep those stats, though.
No, I don't.
AEW does it for you.
Robbie says, nah, Indian
Look
food,
at this slam right here.
Indian food is more flavor, even though they're spicy curries.
Top dollar gonna do that to Amos.
Film says, you're talking about me. You wanted to know what was going on with the armpit talk. And Piccolo says, an enhancement talent. Enhancement talent. They will be WrestleMania main eventers in 3 years. Piccolo. Robbie says, D, what did you recommend me to watch? I didn't recommend you to watch anything.
Why does she keep sticking out her tongue? But keep your tongue in your mouth, young lady.
I have no idea.
She's actually really attractive. B-Fab or whatever.
Sure. Thomas says, had Taco Bell a few months back, really enjoyed it. Sophie says,
Yummy.
B-Fab is like a younger version of Bianca Belair. Alita says, they have also combined with France. Film's like, okay, never mind.
Okay, she is a younger version of Bianca in which way?
Film says, did McIntyre
Are you saying
win?
just because of the color of her skin? Because she doesn't look anything like Bianca Belair. She's nowhere near as athletic as Bianca Belair. She's nowhere near as attractive as Bianca Belair.
Alita says B-Fab is not even close to the EST.
Right?
Phil's like, did McIntyre win? Yes. McIntyre did win against Sami Zayn. Robbie says B-Fab,
Somebody pulled a Vince McMahon. Hey! You got the same color of skin as this person. You should be a tag team. Like, no.
And Little Kim all rolled into one. Ha ha.
Oh my gosh, Little Kim. I haven't heard that name for years.
Pickle says the big man Top Dollar had hosted the A&E Wrestling Scavenger Hunt show. Oh, so that's why he doesn't know how to wrestle. That's good to know. Sophie says Hit Row already reminds me of when they called up Sanity. Alita says Pool Boys are good. Piccolo says, damn, Travis calling out folks. Sophie's like 2010.
I love that he just pops him in the mouth with the mic.
That was funny. He's like, pop, pop.
Earlier tonight, so we're not going to see
I can't
Pop.
hear you. Whack, whack.
Dr. Trainer.
Ooh, they're evaluating him to see if he's dead.
Oh, there's Sonya.
He's a little on the fragile.
He's not really a spring chicken. Should have had her do it. Later tonight, Charlotte and Becky exchanging those titles. I'm sure it's like, oh, it's Rick Boogs.
Boogs.
My name's Rick Boogs.
It says Hit Row put an S in front of the H and you get their real name. Film says you're comparing Hit Row with Sanity. No way, that's a little bit different. Alita says the heat makes it taste really good. The Pool Boys, nice. Sophie says they brought up Hit Row to get that demo.
Is it chicken? Is it beef? Is it pork?
What's a po' boys? Is it just a shrimp?
Is it
like,
a
is
sandwich?
It a spicy shrimp? It's a sandwich. A po' boy is a sandwich.
Okay.
They're sandwiches. But what kind of sandwiches? Are they
Look
just shrimp
this.
sandwiches? Is that what a po' boy is? Is just a shrimp sandwich?
Nakamura. We're actually going to see that Intercontinental Championship. We haven't seen this in months.
Peak holes like spring chicken. Who talks like that? Old people.
Right.
Thomas says just wait until Becky and Charlotte do the title exchange. They won't be mature about it. Alita says love a shrimp po' boy. Pico says, well, gosh golly gee willikers, Mayberry Sonia. Film says, oh, Charlotte and Becky. And
Mayberry.
Luna's laughing. And Sophie's like, my dog went to the dentist this week.
Oh, that's cute.
To get their teeth cleaned? Or to get some teeth pulled out.
Nakamura. Remember when I pulled your one dog's teeth out? I felt so bad about that. Bandit.
Nobody needed it. It was just hanging there. Like, it was just hanging there and it didn't hurt him.
I had gloves on. I just went.
Poor guy.
I did that to Naxos when he was a baby. So now, when you put your hand in his mouth and you grab his teeth, he'll, like, pull away and he looks at you like, do I still have a tooth?
Is my tooth still there? It's weird that he would remember something like that, though. Alita's like, crazy. Robbie's like, Rick Boogs is missing the P before their name, the R in his name. Oh, come on, Robbie. That's just being like a child. Oh my God, how old are you? 12?
Boogs? Books?
Before the R, Rick. Prick. Prick
Oh.
Boogs. Pickle says fried shrimp normally, but I think you can choose other deli meat. So a po' boy is usually just fried shrimp.
Oh.
With spicy hot sauce on it and
I like shrimp.
peppers and lettuce and
I have
stuff.
a whole bag of shrimp downstairs just to eat it.
You
Everybody in the South just said, what? You freeze your shrimp? Yeah, I don't
We
go
live
trolley.
in the middle of the
I don't
country.
I don't trolley around and gather my shrimp.
We don't live near the ocean, people.
I'm not Bubba
We're
Gump.
landlocked, bitches.
My name's Bubba.
Our shit has to come from a freezed area. Film says, I hope Charlotte and Becky don't fight over the titles. Why would they fight? They're just getting their own titles.
They're gonna fight. They're setting up Survivor Series.
They can fight, but they're not gonna fight.
Right.
Like, they're gonna fight because they're fighting because they don't like each other, but they're not gonna fight because of the titles. Sophie says, are they setting up a 6-man tag with the Bloodline versus Brock and 2 partners at a future pay-per-view?
No.
No.
Brock does it all by himself. He'll put him in a cage or something.
Pickle says, did the 202 guy talk about hot foods then leave? Yeah, he did. He talked about hot food.
From Texas.
Got you guys all talking about food. And then he just up and left. What a jerk. Like, at least stick around if you're going to talk about food. Come on. What? Robbie's like, so this is the main event? I have no idea. I guess it could be. It's getting close to that time. Pickle's like, wait, so you're saying y'all ain't a shrimping boat captain?
No.
We're not.
I'm as smart as Forrest.
We can actually go crawdad fishing, though. We do have areas that you can get crawdads. So we do have that.
Crayfish, whatever they're called.
Yeah, crawfish, crayfish, whatever. We do have that kind of thing, but...
They stink.
They do. They smelled up my whole house. It was so disgusting. I literally was like, I think it smelled for days.
I threw their shells in a garbage can outside, and there was a kajillion maggots. I counted them. There was 1 kajillion. I turned the lid over, and it was filled. The whole lid had maggots. So I just knocked it over on the carpet, and I got the chickens out, and they ate for days. Just maggots.
Right? Oh, Lita says tongue torch is on Zachaby's. It's ghost pepper. That sounds not fun at all. Like, not even remotely what I would try. Boom says, I want to see Charlotte Flair as the team captain of SmackDown. Robbie says, D, the question is, did he sub and drop a like before he left? Probably not, because you didn't tell him to, Robbie. Thanks a lot. What a great mod you are.
Hey, Saudi Arabia's show last night was fantastic.
Vindicator says, all of a sudden, I was reminded of the James Bond movie about Dr. No. Philip says, food. Yeah, you're totally right, Miss D. Why are we talking about food all of a sudden? 202 did it. It was all his fault. Sophie says, Damian Priest versus Shinsuke at Survivor Series. Take my money. Vindicator says, that's crazy, by the way, that Bianca gorilla pressed Sasha with one arm. I'm not sure even Hogan ever did that.
Right.
I'm sure he could totally bench press
Hogan was
Sasha with one arm.
Hogan
probably
was,
with one finger.
He could also gorilla press Bianca Belair with one arm in his prime.
Exactly.
We had no problem.
Pickle is like, I guess you can buy Zatarain or Chef Tony's seasoning anywhere.
Zatarain sounds like a concentration drug.
You're terrible.
Zatarain.
Anyways, so Pickle, yes, you can buy like Zatarain. I don't know about Chef Tony's seasoning. I don't even know what that is. Are you talking about like seasoning to put on like crawfish or something? What kind of seasoning are we talking about here? You have to be more expressive with your communication.
Look at that mustache that he's got.
He reminds me of the guy off Something About Mary right now. With his douchebagginess.
I work with retards. Well, we let him out of his kennel or whatever.
Out of his cage. We let him out of his cage for a while. Phil's like, I want to see Charlotte Flair versus Mandy Rose versus Becky Lynch as Survivor Series representing their brands. That would be an epic match. Love to see you shut up and take my money. Sophie says, a fresh match. And Robbie says, this guy, Happy Corbin, is just wrestling for the vibes.
Did somebody just say a fresh match?
Yes,
I'm pretty sure this was part of wrestling for like 6 months.
Yeah, because why? Oh, that's because Shinsuke Nakamura stole
his crown.
King Corbin's crown, and then they were like, well, it's fine. We'll just let him be king then. Yeah, you jackasses.
Maybe
Shaquan is in the chat. Hey, Shaquan says, which match is happening now?
All right, we got Baron Corbin in there, or what do we call him? Good luck.
Happy Corbin and Shinsuke Nakamura. This is not for a title or anything.
It said something like a title eliminator or something. I didn't even understand that.
I,
I'm like, is there a tournament going on I don't know about?
Maybe.
But anyways, it does not look like it is a title match.
So this is Big E versus Roman versus NXT champion at Survivor Series. No, NXT is involved in
Nakamura
that,
taking it
not at all.
right to Baron Corbin, though. Dropping that knee.
Picola says Sasha wouldn't let the
Got it down 1, 2.
Huckster touch her
Corbin
with Becky's appendages.
just got kicked out of there.
Let's see. Thomas says, I saw the new Bond film on Tuesday. Go see it. They went all out for this. Yeah, well, they waited
I wonder
to
if
give it
it's
to
on
us
HBO.
for like 3 years.
Is it on HBO Max? I'll watch it on there. Look at these two going fisticuffs right in the center of the ring. Nakamura, Baron
Picola says,
Corbin.
yes, Cajun Spice, name brand.
A lot of people don't like Baron Corbin, but I find him very good.
I ended up buying some Old Bay seasoning for
All right,
the
Nakamura
Cajun
taking
Spice
it to him
kinda
right
stuff.
in the corner.
Bobby says, yeah,
Corbin's
this match is
reeling.
minty fresh, D. Ha ha. I'm not the one saying it's fresh. You guys need to go after
All right,
Sophie for the
Nakamura
fresh
picking him
comment,
up by
okay?
the neck.
Not my comment.
Pulling
I'm
him out in
reading
the
other
middle.
people's comments.
He's got him in the middle of the ring and kneeing him right in the guts. Nakamura's got those educated feet. Swings and misses. Corbin, and then he kicks him. This is shades of last night when that karate guy was attacking Ali.
Ali. But it was only
right,
one
now-
kick with him, so
Now
it's
he's
different.
choking him. Oh! He's choking him to a guitar solo. Rick Boogs.
Rick Boogs did a guitar riff for his
I can't do it.
sound just
Practice
like his
on my
grossness.
on my own time.
Sophie says,
Oh, nobody was home. Corbin missed.
And Moss.
Oh shit!
That's more like
Oh, but
Happy
Nakamura
Corbin.
held on. I don't know how he held on right there. That was sick. Corbin pushed him off the top rope backwards, and he held on with his hand somehow.
Huh.
All right,
Wow,
Corbin's
that's
gonna get suplexed over the top rope.
Tom says, I really almost
Look
shed
at
a
Corbin's
tear at
power.
the new James Bond
Drops
movie.
him down onto the floor.
Ouch. Robbie's like,
1,
Piccola Propa.
2. Oh, turn
Phil
your
says,
guitar
not
off,
going to
buddy.
lie, Daniel Craig was the best
All right,
James
commercial
Bond.
break. We have a commercial break where I'm at.
Yay for you! I'm so glad you have a commercial break!
Maybe being weird.
Why are you being weird? Alita says, pain patch on Nakamura. Yeah, on his back there. Vindicare says, LOL, Naka dancer having a concert in the middle of a match. Randy Paula's in the chat. Hey, Randy, how's it going? Piccolo says, Old Bay is good stuff. Fem says, choking him in a guitar solo. Sophie says, guys like LA Knight and Cameron Grimes are ready for a main roster call-up than Ridge Holland.
Oh yeah, Rich Holland's ready.
Sophie says Pete Dunne is now alone on NXT once again.
Yep, with this big contract that he signed. I don't know how big it is, but he did sign a new contract.
Film's like, I'm ready for Pete Dunne to go to the main roster. God damn, I hope not.
What would he do on the main roster?
Ugh.
I
With
see him
his
as.
feminine physique.
I feel like he's an Xavier Woods type, but he doesn't have a tag team partner that you'd put him with. I do like the British wrestlers, and we just don't have a lot of them. Shit, you don't have a lot of British wrestlers on the main roster ever. You had William Regal. That's kind of it
Randy Paula says, be right
for
back.
men.
Yeah. Robbie says, D getting giddy. Piccolo says, y'all are off the chain tonight. Oh my god, we're just so entertaining.
I'm just waiting for that commercial break, Dan.
Robbie is MSG good stuff?
Madison Square Garden?
I
Fantastic.
would have to say Piccolo is correct in his comment that he makes about it. Sometimes MSG can be flavorful. Yes, it is something that they use a lot in certain foods, like some in the States. A lot of people, in a lot of Asian countries, they use it in their foods. They use it here a little bit too for it. People get really upset that they use it, which I think is really weird. They say that it's very addictive, and so people start craving it. And so... But it can be flavorful, yes. Good for you. That's debatable, depending. Alita's telling you it's not good for you. Just don't eat it.
Yeah, stay away from it.
Film says, also I want to see a tag team reunion between Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle. The bro weights. Oh, God, no. Robbie's like,
The
get
bro
D a
ways.
sick bag. Yeah, sick bag. Thomas says, Pete Dunne will at some point as he's being groomed by Triple H. Well,
All right. Yeah, I would assume he'll make it up eventually in his life. I don't know. Same as Johnny Wrestling. I just don't know if they'll ever make it on the main roster. And Vince isn't going to want him down in NXT forever. So, but he just signed Dunn. So if Dunn's going to sign a contract, he's going to be around. Corbin with that big clothesline, lariat, whatever you want to call it.
Vindicator says
Like a
Dalethea
Widowmaker.
needs to feed Pete her
1,
special
2,
dishes for
and
about
3.
3 weeks
No,
for him to get
Nakamura
rid of that
kicks
feminine
out.
physique.
Corbin upset, just pounding him right in the
He
middle of
does
the
not
ring.
like Shinsuke, I don't think.
He's got him in the mouth.
But he's smiling about it, so he must be having a good
He's
time.
so happy.
Picola says exactly what? The MSG is
Baron
not
Corbin
good for
standing
you,
right over the top
that
of him.
They use it in certain dishes. Who was the exactly?
So it's crazy because Nakamura had the advantage when we went to a commercial break, and since we got back, it's definitely been Baron Corbin.
We
all
have
the
no
way.
idea what happened during the commercial break, but something
Corbin
did.
throws him over, misses the clothesline.
Robbie says, I don't
Nakamura,
think seeing Woods as king is good for me.
one-legged drop kick.
Probably not. Probably really bad for you.
That's what we want to see, though. That madcap against Boogs, don't we? Well, look at those physiques, both big dudes.
Picola says none of the previous NXT storylines will continue over to WWE. They never usually do.
No, they don't do that. Nakamura taking it right to him. Kick. Educated feet. Missing. Oh, kicked him right in the chin, though. Corbin's down.
Picola says what Alita had said about MSG. Yes.
Throws him into the corner.
It really isn't good.
Reversal. Nakamura moves.
But it is used in a lot
Corbin
of
runs
stuff.
into nobody.
In other countries,
Look
it's
at
used
this.
a lot.
Back roll. Comes up. Big knee right into the midsection of Corbin as he was draped across the top rope. 1, 2, and Corbin kicks out.
Ooh.
Nakamura getting a little frustrated. Here it comes. He's going to finish it right here with that big knee.
Yeah.
It's over.
Get him.
Corbin gets up. Oh, no. Oh, he went for the end of days. Missed. Spinning widow drop thing. I don't know what you call that. 1, 2, and no. Nakamura kicks out. So close.
So close. Moss is like, how could that have happened?
Mad Cat Moss. Mad Hat.
Sophie
now.
says,
Oh!
was in NXT. Whatever.
So you can just
Their
play the
storyline
guitar
and
in the middle of the
feud
match.
won't get carried over on the main roster.
So Boogs, another guitar solo to get Nakamura on his feet. Oh, choke slam. No, lifted him right up. Sacrificed his own face with Nakamura's knee. Nakamura hits him. Here it is. Here comes that big knee. It's over. Oh, Madcap Moss attacked the guitar.
He's like, no, you need to stop. Whoa. He only grabbed it.
Oh, Nakamura.
No,
Look at this.
Nakamura's
Double team
kicking
on
it.
Madcap.
Whoa.
Mad Hat.
Madcap Moss.
Cap or hat?
Cap.
Madcap.
Madcap Moss.
Cap and a hat, whatever, it's the same thing.
Sure. They are.
Cat in the hat. All right, Corbin looks like he's going to win this. End of days. It's over. Ring the bell. Nakamura's done. 1, 2, and 3. Nakamura distracted by what was happening on the outside. And happy Corbin wins it clean. The guitar backfired. Corbin's music's terrible. It's not just bad, it's terrible.
Yeah, ew.
All right, WWE Women's Championship title exchange is happening next.
Thomas says with Woods as King of the Ring and Big E WWE champion, this has to be eating Kofi up on the inside.
Nah.
I doubt it.
Charlotte looking like a 15-year-old with all her makeup on. Why would she care? You have to hand over yours.
Yeah, like they're just switching titles. What difference does
She's
it
like
make?
all...
Okay,
Becky's
so
not going to
my-
give up her title. It's like, well, you have to give up yours.
Well,
you
the thing
dumb
of it
shit.
is, it doesn't make any sense about it, is the fact that you're getting your real title. You're on SmackDown. Wait, you want the SmackDown title? Hello? Wouldn't you want that title? It's your title.
If I was Becky, I would just want both of them. Because now here's the true fact. She hasn't lost either of them.
True. Robbie says, "Didn't SmackDown used to show the match during the ad breaks?"
I thought so, but I guess they just
every once in a while I thought they did, but maybe they haven't.
I know
anymore.
they do it for like other sports, like NASCAR. They do it.
Yeah. Sophie says, "When do you see Pete Dunne getting called up next to be with his partner Ridge Holland?"
Never. He's never going to be with Ridge Holland.
Piccolo says, "What is this silly shenanigans?" Right? Sophie says, "Maybe Kofi will turn on King Xavier at some point." Piccolo says, "Let's make it a tag match, playa." And Alita says, "Naka loses." Sophie says, "To get their teeth cleaned." Oh, the doggy went to the dentist to get the teeth cleaned. Robbie says, "The crowd's so dead, the guitar solo is echoing in the arena. Ha ha." Piccolo says, "That pencil-thin mustache annoys me now that you mentioned it."
It's so weird.
It's just, it looks like he needs to just kind of, I don't know, just needs to, somebody wipe it off his face. Like he has something like on his face that needs to be wiped off. Piccolo also says, "Ew, what was that, Charlotte face?" Yeah, that was Charlotte's face.
That was just weird. She had way too much makeup on.
They were
they're bringing Bex out first.
Robbie says, "Smash up the like all the way up like Fat Joe and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free, man, like Morgan," right? Minicare says, "Unfortunately, McBossman brand keeps putting spoon-fed brats at the end of his programming, so I'll have to call it a night again, guys. I will enjoy AEW and see you two on that day after Sunday. Bye."
No, it's tomorrow.
Well, we'll be here tomorrow for AEW Saturday, but you might have plans. If not, we will definitely see you on Monday for Raw. But bye, Ben.
See you, Ben.
Film says, "Who will win in our pit shaving match, Nikki Cross or Carmella?" P.S. What I mean by shaving armpits, only shave them off, only with a razor. No waxing. No laser removal, just razor, because I want hers to grow back.
Yeah, I would assume it would be Cross on that one. She reminds me of a girl that shaves her mustache and her armpits.
Film says, "Let's go Nakamura," and he didn't win. Sorry, Film. Nakamura lost.
All right, commercial break. Look, what's happening on Monday?
Robbie says,
season premiere Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, season premiere of all these people.
All these new SmackDown people are on Raw.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy. It's like nobody on SmackDown is from Raw. Yet everybody on Raw is from SmackDown.
Right, but Zelina... Oh, I guess she went to Raw, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody on Raw is from SmackDown, but everybody on SmackDown's from SmackDown. So, like, what happened to the Raw people?
I don't know. They just
I guess Charlotte, that's it.
Alita says bye to Vin.
True.
Film says no, Baron Corbin, don't be Nakamura. Piccolo says take care, Vindicator. Alita says I would win. Robbie says the tash is drawn on with a fine nib pin. Yeah, the mustaches. Sounds
got it
right.
on there.
Robbie all knows all about that, don't you? Film's like, "No, why Corbin? Why? Curse you, guitar, for distracting Nakamura." Actually, the guitar was giving him strength, and then what's-his-face came over there and made him stop.
Old Madcap.
Moss. Robbie says, "So that third hour of Raw going to be decent now?" Maybe, I don't know. But Steve is in our chat still, and he says, "Come on, Charlotte." Because, yes, he is a big Charlotte fan, guys. Be nice to him.
Nothing wrong with Charlotte.
Nothing wrong with Charlotte. Run away, talking lizard. Burn it down.
Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right?
Film says, "Let's go Charlotte. Let's go Charlotte." And Piccolo says, "We shall see. As long as there's the return of WWE Underground." I don't see that happening.
Bring it back. Bring back Shane.
Robbie says, "Yeah, D, my beard defo drawn on." Well, I figured you knew how to do it then. See? Just alleviated my fears. Film says WWE Underground was legit. It kind of gave us the feel of the Attitude Era.
Oh, did it? Attitude Era, they talked a lot. There was no talking in Raw Underground.
Yeah, they just did stuff.
I mean, Shane McMahon talked, but everybody else
for a minute, and that was it, though. He didn't, sit there and talk for 15.
And then they, that was Aziz, huh? General Aziz. Mm-hmm. He was on there, and he was like this badass, and then Braun Strowman came on and beat him, and that was it.
Yep.
It's like, What's the point of that?
Exactly. Robbie
Vince
says...
is like, oh, that's a great idea to have that, Shane. I love it. Braun, go beat him up.
Right? Get rid of him. I don't want to see him anymore. Robbie says Square not relying on her dad anymore. Piccolo says, I tried not to hurt you, though I tried. Film says 2 title Becky. Alita says, no, Char, please stay away. Sophie says, how come they didn't make the championship swap last year that big of a deal like they are doing this year?
Because it was tag teams. Nobody cares about tag teams.
Yeah, they don't care about tag
These are
teams.
main title belts.
These are main title belts. And, by the way, Alita, you're going to have to deal with Char on SmackDown because she is the SmackDown Women's Champion now. Because she's on SmackDown.
Yeah, Fox wanted her over Becky.
Yes. Robbie says WWE say they are for the fans. LOL.
A lot of people on that write for SmackDown didn't want her over there because she's so hard to write with. Or write for. Mm-hmm. And so they were just going to leave her on Raw. Fox is like, not a chance.
They're like,
because
you're
she's
just
the
gonna
biggest
have
draw
to
in
pull
the
down
women's
your
division.
big boy pants. Come on, put on your big girl panties and just do it. Steve says, woo, come on, Charlotte. She looks pretty tonight. Thomas says the Raw Underground was the wrestlers that Vince was keeping locked in his basement.
Right.
Thought Raw Underground. That's a possibility,
I'm
too.
surprised Goldberg and Bobby survived that.
Right? They both walked away. Robbie says, small time Bex. And Film says, we love you, Charlotte Flair, from wrestling fans like us on the amazing live stream on Wrestling Gap. Film's like Film Nation, thumbs up. And Alita says, Char is nap time. Mom says, no problem, bro.
Some people don't like her, but there are a lot of people that do. It's kind of like the Roman Reigns. Like last night, I didn't realize how many people didn't like Roman.
Oh my God. Like everybody that's everywhere doesn't like Roman.
Yeah.
And I thought, and everybody gives me such a hard time for not liking him. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, everybody was mad that Brock lost.
I know. They're all mad. They're like, oh, Brock lost bad.
She read
Nobody
at
likes
least
Roman.
1,000 comments that were all Brock lovers.
Right?
Here comes Charlotte. You queen.
Robbie says, Alita, I thought you were all about Android Square. Ha ha ha. And Alita's like, hate Char. Hate her.
Maybe that's why they put Zelina Vega on Raw, because they already have a queen on SmackDown.
Right?
What is she going to be wearing tonight? Oh, her DeVille stuff?
Yep, looks like it. She's wearing her wrestling attire, which is kind of weird, right? But I guess not.
I mean, Bex could be in wrestling attire. They could
Pickle
get it
says,
on.
would a program between Big E and Seth or Big E and Edge be better?
Big E and
Seth.
Ooh.
Or Big E and Edge.
Big E and Seth. Big E and South would do better, I think. But your Edge is going to be first, I would assume. Which would be cool, because they could finally put the title on Edge. Mm-hmm. And maybe he would retire if he got the title. It could be a good farewell to let him leave as champion like he did the time before.
Film's like, okay, Missy, I knew Nakamura was going to lose anyway.
Becky's rubbing that belt. She's just sad to see that go.
Film's like, but I love Wrestling Gap. Sweet. Luda says she is still Cruella. Robbie says not another year of Becky versus Square. They can't. They're not on the same brand, so it doesn't matter, guys.
It's fine. It's just going to be at Survivor Series.
Steve says, say bye to your belt, Becky.
Becky just doesn't lose belts, does she? Just hand them over. Mm-hmm. Although she's getting her Raw belt back. Like, she doesn't even look at her. I love it.
That's too funny.
Oh, she got her mic. Becky don't even have a mic.
Right?
Sure, I had to grab that mic.
She's like, excuse me, I need this. Thank you.
I didn't know there was so many pretty women in Wichita.
It's kind of like Utah.
Right? There's pretty women all over in the audience.
Sophie says every time Pete Dunne gets put in a tag team, his partner gets called up to the main roster. Maybe he's really bad luck.
Got 5 minutes.
Boo! Pickle's like the cute blonde in the crowd alert. Right? There she is, the cute blonde in the crowd! Let's see. Ravi says, I can't take much more of Square versus Becky.
Trade them. We want Becky. On SmackDown.
chance. That's on Raw.
I know, it's a joke. Hey, I'll trade Becky and Seth for Charlotte. Like, Charlotte doesn't care that she has to give up Raw. See? She doesn't care about the Raw title. So now is Charlotte... She's a 13-time champion. She talks about how many... She's got 6 and 7, right?
Uh-huh.
I got 6 and 7 and 1, or whatever it is. 5... So now does she have an extra one? You know what I mean? Now she's going to be the SmackDown champion. So now she could say, I'm a 7-time SmackDown champion.
Right.
But that would make 15 titles or 14 titles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So but you can't add a title. Give me that belt. She wants to hold both belts. Just disrespecting the belts. Just disrespecting the belts.
They're like little children.
Take it home and wash it.
Film's like, we love the wrestling women. Steve's like, Charlotte, slap her.
Oh, they're hitting at it still. There's like 1 minute.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Are they going over? Of course, Sasha had to get her face in there for some reason. She's still wearing her outfit from last night.
I really liked my onesie outfit I wore in Saudi Arabia. This is a really good look for me, so I'm going to continue to wear it.
Sasha pulling Charlotte.
Yeah, basically.
What about me? What about me? You're not a champion.
Steve
Go
really
away.
wants Charlotte to slap Becky, and Alita's like, this isn't going down right. And Sophie says, I can see Johnny wrestling be a WWE lifer. Probably says Sonya should predict the lotto numbers with much predictability. Film says, Charlotte slap who? Steve says, don't like Sasha. Gordon is in the chat saying, it's all Colin's fault. Pickle says, OMG, is this Recess? Steve's like, Becky, that's who Char should slap. Alita's like, Sasha. Gordon says, Becky reminds me of Carol.
Right?
Pickle says,
she might really cry,
Sasha
though.
make an entrance. Film's like, oh, snap, Charlotte slap Becky.
I'll see one of you at Survivor
Gordon says,
Series.
remember to smile. I'll see one of you. Becky's like, I'm done. I'm leaving with my stuff.
She's jealous. You're the jealous when you came out and bothered the champions.
Becky. Curtis like, remember to smile. And Film's like, wow. Robbie's like, Sasha taking the shine off Square. Alita's like, Karen's. Oh, you ever seen so many bitches fight about stupid stuff?
Don't get into a verbal spat with Charlotte.
Oh, do not. She has been on fire point with her comebacks and snaps lately. Holy crap, she's been mean. Oh, it's so nice. Oh.
That's all she's got. She can't talk.
I know.
She has to go right to anger. Now we know why Charlotte. She's in a wrestling outfit.
She's like, I tried to get out of my shit.
Backstabber. Nope. Charlotte doesn't like to be embarrassed, though, so we'll see. She
Steve
hit her with her
says,
ass.
Don't touch my Charlotte. Angry face. Oh, God.
Meteora.
Bobby says the message retracted. Film says, who would win it on a main event spot at WrestleMania, Edge or AJ Styles?
Edge.
Luna's like, the live version of SmackDown versus Raw. THQ is looking great. Sophie says they teased a winner takes all match in that Charlotte Becky segment. Yeah, but you knew it wasn't going to happen and Becky left.
Yeah, she said tonight. It's over.
Yeah, the tonight was over.
Like they're going to go out.
You haven't seen the last of this.
Well, of course not. That's the only other girl they have.
Android. Film says, whoa, Steve, know what's going on to touch your Charlotte. Steve's laughing with a thumbs up, and Film's like, smiling with a thumbs up. Okay. That's the end. As Piccolo says, well, it's 2016 booking again. Yes. It's all
there is only the 4 horsewomen. And Bailey's not around right now, so it's just Bianca taking her spot.
Right. All right. Film says you go. Charlotte Luna says, well, I'm gone. And Alita says, good night.
It was fantastic.
Okay, yes.
Little
If
show.
you're a big AEW Rampage fan, that's going to be on in a couple of minutes. We are not going to live stream that tonight, but we will see you tomorrow night for AEW's Dynamite. Please join us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be here. Hang out with us if you can. I mean, it is a Saturday, so if you guys have other plans, by all means, we understand. Anyways, thank you so much for watching us tonight. We really appreciate each and every one of you. You are what make us a channel.
There can only be 4. Piccola. Bye.
All right, guys. We will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. You guys have a great rest of your Friday night. Have a good Saturday.
Thanks for watching Wrestle Gab. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.